and I was about to change it out and remembered that there were a few emails in my mailbox asking me to post a video on how to disassemble the slipper clutch. Another question was, is there a bearing? It looks like there's a bearing in the slipper clutch. Yes, there is. There is a bearing in the slipper clutch. And I think it would be a really good idea if you also replace that with a shielded bearing. And we're going to do that here today. I'm going to replace the input shaft. I don't need one. I don't think there's anything wrong with my input shaft. I don't think there's anything wrong with the bearing. It seems to spin fine. It's the bearing adapter that failed on my slipper clutch because the motor mount bearing seized and it cooked it right here. Alright, so let's get started. Fairly simple process. Just remove the clutch from your transmission, from the truck. I've already disassembled it, so pull out your screws. Okay. The wrench will allow you to take this guy off. It's a good idea to keep everything in line or go to your drawing. Okay. Here's the old bearing adapter. See how it's all torn up. Slide the shaft out the back. And there's your bearing inside your spur gear. Back here are your friction pads for your slipper clutch. The plate that the pads ride on. And this is what dries it off the input drive. Okay? We're going to go with a new input drive. We're going to take the new input drive. Okay? Don't try to pull this off. Okay? You don't have to. If you're not going to change the spur gear, try not to pull it off. You can push the bearing out. And here's the old TRAXXAS bearing. If you can see that. Okay. May want to just give it a quick wipe. Nothing fancy. Before you put the new bearing in. Again, there's nothing wrong with my bearing. I just don't trust them anymore. I'm using a stainless steel AVIC 7 shielded bearing. You can get an AVIC 5. You don't have to be the best bearings in the world. Stainless steel and shielded, in my opinion. Stainless steel and shielded, in my opinion, is going to last a hell of a lot longer. Okay, so it looks like. Alright, take your new input shaft. Put it in the back hole. There are two holes here. You want it in the back one. Grab your plate. Okay. Get your friction disc. Okay. Line it up. That's what it looks like. Okay. And you gotta hold it in place. Don't be spinning it around like I just did. Okay. Should move freely. Okay. Take your new bearing adapter. Alright. The rounded tip of it goes in first, like that. Okay. Then your spring. And the nut. Then you get your Allen key and you lock that baby down. I would tighten the nut and compress the spring all the way, as tight as it will go. Don't over tighten, but just get the spring to compress. Then take your wrench and turn it a quarter turn. Okay? Then try it out in the truck. After you turn it a quarter turn and you try it out in the truck, you'll know if the slipper is engaging. Make sure you're on good contact pavement, not loose dirt. When the slipper engages, you're going to hear a high-pitched whine. If you don't hear the slipper, you may want to go another quarter turn until you hear it. You want the slipper clutch to engage, and basically its job is just to reduce stress in high bite situations on your driveway. Okay guys, any questions? Just post a comment on the video and I'll do my best to answer them. Alright, there you go. Done.